Good morning, Year 9, and welcome to your GCSE PE Pathways Assembly. This is Miss Gallagher presenting to you today, and I'm very much looking forward to going through all things PE with you all today. As it says on the screen, physical education, the only subject that makes your heart race. And some of you will be really excited for this assembly, know that this is a subject for you. Some of you will be thinking it's not for you, and some of you just aren't sure right now. And that is absolutely fine, regardless of your situation. I'm hoping that today I can answer any questions you may have, and also clarify any misconceptions. I guarantee some of you will finish this assembly thinking, actually, I didn't realise these things, and this is a subject for me. If you do choose PE, then this will be the changeover point. And in order to be successful at GCSE, you need the perfect teamwork between both your mind and your body. In fact, your mind starts to lead the way. On the next couple of slides, I'm going to go over the course outline, so what's involved. And the first thing to say is 60%, over half of the course, is theory. That means you will be in a classroom preparing to sit 2 exam papers worth 30% each. They're 60 minutes long each and 60 marks each. 60% overall. There's 5 key areas we study: applied anatomy and physiology, sports psychology, socio-cultural influences, health, fitness and well-being, and physical training. Now, because this is very scientific, we will have a double lesson per week of theory in a classroom. The other 40% of the course is practical, and this is made up of 3 sports plus a piece of coursework, all worth 10% each. You will need to have 1 team sport, 1 individual sport, and 1 extra of your choice. A team sport is anything that you play as part of a team, for example, basketball, netball, etc. And an individual is where you participate on your own, for example, athletics or singles badminton. You also have, like I said, a piece of coursework where you analyse and evaluate yourself as a sports performer. Your practical, in total, 40%, and you'll have 1 single lesson of GCSE practical a week. The types of questions on your 2 PE exam papers vary from 1 mark multiple choice questions all the way through to 8 mark essay style questions. We also have in between 2, 3, 4 mark questions as well. Here's an example of one linked to reasons why performers take part in pre-season training. We have one here linked to stress management, which is the psychology of sport, worth 4 marks. And then, like I said, an example of an 8 mark essay style question. This one is linked to technology and sport, and lots of you, when you think of technology, will think of VAR. This question links to technological developments to help a gymnast improve their performance. So yes, we study those 5 different topics I told you about, but we also look at and have to know about lots of different sports as well as just our personal favourite one. It's really important to hear current GCSE PE pupils' opinion on the course, and unfortunately they can't speak to you live, but I do have some feedback from them regarding their thoughts on GCSE PE. Abigail, who currently studies it, says that she was particularly interested in biology. That's the reason she chose PE. She was slightly concerned about the practical side of it, but she figured that she could improve her skills over the 2-year course. She really looked forward to the idea of understanding more clearly how her body works. And she did go on to say she finds the course at the moment very interesting and really fun. Also, it has helped her to understand content in other subjects, in particular biology. So GCSE PE has specifically supported Abigail in her science as well. Jarrell's reason for picking GCSE PE in Year 9 was slightly different. He chose it because he wanted the opportunity to play the extra sports. He wanted that extra PE lesson each week, which he really enjoys, and it has helped him to improve as a sportsman. But he's also really found himself enjoying the coursework and the classwork, the idea of evaluating his own strengths and weaknesses in his favourite sport, which is basketball. He's given some advice, which is you can't really miss a lesson, because if you do, you miss huge chunks of the learning, and you really have to be proactive to catch up with any work you miss at GCSE level. He summarised by saying, if you love sports or learning about human anatomy, then GCSE PE really is the perfect subject for you. GCSE PE will help you on your journey to higher education. Obviously, it benefits pupils wanting to study A-level PE and go on to university to study sport. 100% of our A-level PE students have pursued a degree in sport or science. And here we can see Drew and Cameron, 2 past GCSE PE pupils, studying at university on their sports science course. It's worth noting that choosing PE does not mean that you have to pick a career or degree in sport. And a great example is Beheshta, who chose to study GCSE PE in Year 9. And she has actually now secured a place at Oxford University to study medicine. So yes, GCSE PE should be a subject for you if you want to study sport in the future, but it really can support you in all aspects of further education. It's not limited. If you do want a career in PE or sport, then GCSE PE can help you, like I've said. And here is a list of some of the options. Sports analysis, linking your maths and your PE together, looking at data and analysing players' performance. We've also got links with sport and science, like we've said. You could potentially link PE and English and look at careers in sports journalism, maybe travelling the world for your career. Very, very interesting. There are so many options available to you. It's not limited to this list, but picking GCSE PE could lead to many different options for you in your career. We do have requirements in order for you to study the course, because although it is really, really fun and very exciting, and your love of PE will grow over the 2 years, it can also be very, very challenging course. So at the moment, you need to be working at a grade 5 or 6 in PE in order to choose the subject. And like I said, the course is 60% theory, much of which is scientific content. Therefore, we have a science requirement. You should be working already in science on a grade 5 or 6 as well. If you are already at these grades, excellent. This is definitely a subject for you to be considering. However, if you are not, the door is not closed. You just need to speak to your PE teacher and have a conversation with them as to why you feel you suit this course. So yes, we do want you to have those grades that I've just discussed with you, but there's more to a PE student than that. There's lots of things that make a great PE student. For example, attending sports enrichments every week, pushing yourself to improve in every single PE lesson, keeping yourself generally fit and healthy, curiosity about science and sport and how the body and mind work together. Are you passionate about all things sport and PE, keeping up to date with the news, reading online articles, newspapers? Do you have the BBC Sports app on your phone, for example? And very importantly, are you highly organised? We have both practical and theory lessons. You need to be a very organised individual. So if you haven't quite met those grade requirements we've said, then you might be looking at this slide now and thinking, I am someone who represents the school in every single basketball match. I also attend weekly enrichments, or I work really, really hard in my PE lessons. This is something you need to speak to your PE teacher about and justify your reason for doing our course, even though you haven't quite got the grades. We are almost at the end of the assembly now, Year 9. I just quickly want to clarify a few things. If you really enjoy PE, but you are not thinking it's a GCSE option for you, do not panic. All students will have 2 periods a week in Year 10 and Year 11. This is called core PE. You will still have this. Now, if you do pick GCSE PE, you will have 5 lessons of PE a week. You will have your double core, plus your double theory, plus a practical. And finally, just to summarise our PE assembly, if any of you have any questions whatsoever, we really look forward to speaking to you about these and clearing up any misconceptions you may have. So please do reach out and talk to your PE teacher, your head of year, Ms. Kelman, who is also a PE teacher. Any of us at all can help you and guide you on this. Feel free as well to speak to any current GCSE PE pupils. Other than that, Year 9, I hope you have enjoyed the PE assembly, and we really look forward to speaking to you and, more importantly, working with you on GCSE PE shortly. Have a lovely day, everyone.